Ooh, we got a spicy one for you. I'm sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, grandma's favorite grandson, the underground king, coming up from the underground, breaking through the concrete, and ready to blast your face, melt your face off with some knowledge. Mr. Kyle Weber right now.
Thank you so much, Nick Anderson. It's super excited for you to be here right now. You know, everybody here, lifestylepreneurs, I hope you guys are ready too.
Rank up now.
Not later, because we're going to tell you guys right now, but now. We actually got done reading an article that we thought was pretty cool. It was actually 13 things that you should give up if you want to become successful. 13 things.
Now, a lot of people are talking about what they need to adopt and these habits that they need to take on, but it's almost going to overwhelm the fuck out of them, right?
Yeah.
There's some certain things in your life that you need to stop doing, that you need to cut off if you want to become successful. So we're not going to give you that guru 3-tip trick to become, skinny overnight or how to become rich overnight.
Seriously.
We're going to give you some things that you need to cut out of your life. And we can promise you that if you cut these things out of your life, you're going to see a drastic improvement in your health, your wealth, your happiness, your financial well-being, your spiritual well-being, and everything overall.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these in detail. I think we'll probably leave a link to the exact article. And let's just do this right now. Let's go on to the first one. It's unhealthy lifestyle. Remember, 13 things you should give up if you want to become successful. First thing, unhealthy lifestyle. We've all been there before.
Yeah. So what do you eat? Right?
What the heck are you putting in your body? It's a temple.
What are you eating every day? Yeah, it's like Jim Rohn says, your body is the only place that you have to live. You better treat it right, You better eat right. A lot of people out there, they're stuffing their face full of energy drinks every single day. We actually got in a phase where we were like needing energy drinks to stay energized, and it was draining us. Then when we got off of those, we're like, oh my God, we need energy drinks. And there's just kind of addiction to that type of stuff. So we're like, oh my God, so we need to stay in line with it. So we're not perfect by any means, but our goal is to become more perfect on a daily basis, right? So what are you putting in your body? Are you eating junk food every single day? Are you eating fast food? Because that fast food that you're eating is actually damaging the neural pathways in your brain. It's actually damaging your ability, and it's slowing down your ability to think of creative ideas and to have natural source energy to be able to put in work in your business. A lot of people ask, how do you stay motivated in business, entrepreneurship, home-based business on a daily basis? It's by eating clean.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, when you eat clean, you eat as close to organic as possible. Right? Fruits and vegetables, and not as dense, heavy, energetic, lower vibration type stuff. Like fast food, processed food, high fructose corn syrup. You got like sucralose, all this junk and all these different things. Then it's gonna clean your channel, clean your ability to think clearly. And when you think clearly, then you have those creative thoughts come to you.
And speaking on that too as well, everyone knows my story. I lost over 38 pounds, basically in 3 months doing what? Drinking water, eating portions that were smaller, and going to the gym. 80% of the time, I was eating healthier. 20% was me going to the gym. So that's what you guys can do if you want to step up the game, get that next level, focus on just drinking water, cut out all the sugar in your life you possibly can do. I know it's hard to do like Nick said, but trust me, you can do it. It takes baby steps. The repetitions to father learning, you can do it. The second one is short-term mindset.
Oh, this is a big one.
This is a big one.
A big one for most entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that get started with a business. They expect to make money overnight or within a week or in a month or even 6 months because they've heard of somebody else that became successful and made over $100,000 in 6 months. But what they didn't see was what happened behind the scenes, the iceberg that was under the water, the roots that were beneath the ground. See, they didn't realize that it took them, maybe 5-10 years to become an overnight success. And they're so attached to that short-term microwave mentality to where they push a button on the microwave, and we live in that sort of generation where people want that instant gratification. There's no such thing as instant gratification, just delayed satisfaction, okay? So you have to be addicted to the process of becoming something great.
And it goes for your job too as well. Some of you guys have careers and jobs. You want to get to that CEO status. Trust me, those CEOs did not become CEOs overnight. What they did is they learned every single step usually of the business. So if you want to be an owner of a bar, go in there and start to become the busboy, then become the waiter, then become the bartender, then become the manager, then become general manager, then become the owner down the line. And so just do it in steps. Step, 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 step. When we talk about future is long.
Yeah.
I mean, the vision is gigantic, but a goal, those little baby steps are actually...
You can't jump up the whole staircase on one giant bound. unless you're a freaking Jolly
Hope
Green
so.
Giant or something. And
Seriously.
giants are long gone, right? That was the past, right? You know, the tallest person this day is like 8 or 9 feet, right? But the reality is, you might be able to skip a couple steps at a time if you got the right system set in place. But you know, success is not an elevator. You got to take the stairs, right? And all of us are taking the stairs, so we want to help you get up there as quickly as possible, right? So if you cut out that short-term stinking thinking and have that long-term mentality, like Malcolm Gladwell says in his book, The Outliers, the 10,000 hour rule. Right? It generally takes someone 10,000 hours of practice and repetition before they become a master at a specific craft. Mm-hmm. So if your goal is to master something, then you have to put in those 10,000 hours.
Absolutely. Now let's go on to the third one. The third one is going to be give up on playing small. I mean, literally, if you can do this, if you can just give up on playing small, because let's just say,
you hear that?
No amount of playing small empowers people. That's the way I feel. That's the way you should feel. Like seriously, you guys stop playing so small. I mean, let's go on to the fourth one. That's kind of simple. The fourth one is give up your excuses.
Ooh. Excuse making is the destruction of your dreams, dude. Any sort of excuse, any sort of victimizing, you know, Kyle's just the back of the card right there.
Dude, I used to make excuses all the time. Yeah, you know, you know, it was definitely her. You know, it was definitely, that was my mom, it was my dad, it was my grandma, it was my best friend. You know what? It's definitely the economy. You know, I mean, all you do is excuses make you look weak. Mm-hmm. Excuses make you look really weak. You guys blame yourself if you're gonna blame anybody. Blame you.
Yeah, excuses don't earn anyone's respect either. So the moment that you make an excuse, people see right through that. It's like trying to blame everything on the weather. It's like, oh, I don't like winter. You know, it's because of the weather that I'm not successful. How stupid does that sound?
Sounds pretty
It's
dumb.
because of the government that I'm not successful. How dumb is that? Listen to that for a second. It's because of Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump that I'm not making money. Like, do you listen to yourself right now? These excuses, this blaming or justifying or taking your self-control and giving it up to others, giving that entitlement to someone else and saying that you're not successful because of someone else is actually the lowest form of thinking. It's like the lowest form of success. See, we want to empower you to believe that you're the big deal, dude.
You are the big deal.
You're the big deal.
Look at this.
Think about that.
Yeah, I work out. Oh, you're asking me if I work out? Absolutely, I work out. You're the freaking big deal. All right? Jeez.
Jesus,
We're gonna go
Reese's Pieces.
We're gonna go to number 5. Fixed mindset. This one, honestly, I'm gonna say this. I've been there before too as well, where you're so focused on one fixed mindset that you believe a certain way. And sometimes, to be honest with you guys, religion can do this to you. Being a part of a family that's been conditioned you or has conditioned you over a short period or a long period of time has made your mind a fixed way.
That's just the way it is.
That's just, you know,
things aren't getting any better than this.
That's just gonna be.
You gotta work hard to make money.
That is not
Money
what
doesn't
you
grow
want.
on trees.
Not to mention, it pisses me off when you're in a conversation with somebody that just they think they're a know-it-all. They just got to know it all. It's like, dude, you're boring as heck to talk to.
My dad always told me there's 3 types of people you can't argue with: a drunk, an idiot, and a know-it-all. And sometimes most people are all 3.
Yeah.
Right? So people that know it all, it's the teachability index. Going back to your 2 things, right? Write these down: your willingness to learn and your willingness to accept change. Where are you? Be honest with yourself, because most people are lying to themselves. They say, well, I'm teachable, I'm coachable. Then if I were to tell you, okay, awesome, we're having an event within 2 months, and you need to purchase a plane ticket, get a ticket to the event, come out here for the next 3 to 4 days. They're like, well, I can't do it because I have this, making excuses. Because I have that, another excuse. Well, because I got to do this. Well, I don't have no money. I don't know if I have the time for that. Your teachability index is low. You're not willing to accept change. Maybe you're willing to learn, maybe because you're listening to this video, but if we were to say, hey, listen, give up what you're doing right now when you're playing Xbox on the weekends, give up partying and go all in your business financially and with your time, you're like, I don't know, then you're not teachable, right? You're not willing to learn and you're not willing to accept change. That fixed mindset is actually you putting up your own barrier to where in order to break through that, you have to be a 10 out of 10 on both aspects.
Yes, absolutely. And that was huge. I liked what you were saying. Number 6, believing in the magic bullet. Now this is like having a lottery. I mean, you probably can agree with me too as well. Like everyone just in life, they just think that you got this magic little sauce, you know? No, you can't just, it's gonna take time. It's gonna be work hard. It's gonna be put in the effort. It's gonna be work smarter, not harder. It's gonna be, seriously, there's so many more things that happen. Some people, let's just be honest, they got lucky. Yes, they won the lottery, but everyone else is out there thinking that they're going to win the lottery too. it's going to be very rare for that to happen to you.
And the quicker that someone gets success is generally the quicker that they lose it. See, if you don't grow to the level of success that you achieve, then it's going to come back down to you. It's like money, right? You might see someone out there in business that succeeds relatively quickly. They make a lot of money, but because they're like on a scale of 0 to 10, they're a level 3 person. They make like a level 8 out of 10 income, right? The money always comes back down to them because they haven't grown up to that level, right? And with the scratch off lottery ticket mentality, people are hoping to get rich quick and think that just because they joined a business, hey, listen, if you sign up for a network marketing company and you're in network marketing, that does not mean you're going to become successful.
Yeah.
That's where you start, right? The sign up process is the start. That's like getting into the freaking starting block and getting off the couch and picking the Doritos out of your belly button and saying, you know, I'm finally ready to clean up my life and ready to get going. But in order to do that, you know, the magic bullet is not going to get you there. No amount of meditation or yoga or positive thinking is going to get you success quickly, right? That stuff helps. And we do that on a daily basis to be able to become the best versions of ourselves, but we realize in order to create, you know, a multi-million or billion-dollar business, it's going to take time regardless. So just become addicted to the process of becoming something greater than what you are right now.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you guys a story too as well. You know, I made about $90,000 in about 4 months, lost it all back in 3 months playing blackjack, just gambling. And you understand that what he was explaining to you is financial blueprint. Right? So I made so much money, I lost it just back because I was not comfortable having that type of income. You have to go in baby steps because most people don't even know, again, how to make 10% more than what they're making right now. That's why you'll see that 65 to 75% of people that leave the NFL and professional basketball lose all their money and go bankrupt. Like someone like you guys probably witnessed to as well, some of the celebrities that you look up to. Johnny Depp made $750 million, is about to go bankrupt. You guys have to understand, financial blueprints is real.
Allen Iverson too.
I mean, Allen Iverson, yeah, people, legends. So let's keep going. Number 7, perfectionism. This is going to be something about branding too. I'm kind of going into this. Perfectionism is hard for us to sometimes attain with this idea that even with our company, Rank Up Now, we remember when we first started our logo, we're like, oh, we want it to be this way, we want it to be that way. We're going to tell you one thing. I'll teach you a little bit of a secret. Grow into your brand. Grow into what it is that you're trying to do. Grow into it. I mean, let's just be honest. Apple looked like crap when they started. From the damn
their computers were terrible. Their computers
looked ugly.
So I did the video announcements for my entire high school back when I was doing that. So every morning I would like construct all these videos, put them together, and I was a perfectionist with that. When I put them out there, like people were like, okay, those are really cool, whatever. And then they just go on with their day to where the reality was I was taking so much time and energy and it was draining me. Then when I took that and put it into my business, you know, there's some sort of perfectionism that does go into what you do to where everything looks great, but it can almost consume you to the point of insanity.
Yes.
And it consumed me to the point of insanity to where I spent 3 months working on a team website within my first business and I didn't even have a team.
Yeah.
So those 3 months I could have been producing instead of sitting there focusing on, oh, this image needs to be moved this far to the left on the blog, how do I code that? Or these links need to look this way, the color on the background needs to look like this. When some of the most successful people out there like Warren Buffett, if you go on Google and type in Berkshire Hathaway and you know, do that after you're done watching this video, okay? If you type in Berkshire Hathaway, then his website is like one of the ugliest websites ever, but he's a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
So does it matter about perfectionism? No, it's like Gary Vee says, you know, you want to document, don't create. So just document stuff along the journey and people are going to catch the screw ups, and guess what? That shows your audience that you're human and you're perfect. See, people don't want perfection, they want to see progress.
Ooh, I like that. Go look at Craigslist.com's. I mean, there's the most basic site ever. But guess what? Make some millions. All right, so number 8 is going to be multitasking. We actually were in Italy for our event, the 30 Under 30 for Forbes. Speaking about this, multitasking, there's no such thing as multitasking, you guys. It's a myth.
It's
most times, yeah. Like, people always think women usually are like, oh, women are the only people that multitask. Honestly, women are a lot better than men when it comes to multitasking, but there still isn't a form of multitasking. That actually is a myth. So go on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the brain can only focus on one thing at a specific time. So if you think you're multitasking, you're actually jumping from one thing to the next relatively quickly. So you think that you are, but the reality is, like, let's say for example, you're trying to like write something and you're trying to listen to someone talk at the same time. You either have to pause your writing and listen to them talk, or you have to listen to them talk, or you have to focus on the writing. You can't do both at the same time. And if you can, give us a call. We'd like to learn from you. But we haven't met anyone that's able to do that, right? They're just jumping from idea to the next. And that's what's actually training their brain and the neural pathways in their thought process to not be addicted to short-term little things to where they can't stay focused on something for longer than 6 seconds. That's why a human attention span is less than a goldfish. So we're trying to train you off of that addiction to quick little things and get you trained to be able to focus long-term. See, how do you think certain people can dedicate hours on end to focusing in their business and getting shit done? It's because they don't multitask. It's because they focus on one task at a time. They set out all the stuff. If they have to put their phone in airplane mode while they read a book, I have to do that. And that's like the most difficult thing for me to do because I'm ADD and my mind goes all over the place all the time. So it's difficult, but that's the main thing to cut out.
Number 9, you guys, need to control everything. I know it's kind of like we're hitting people in the face. There's somebody across this video. It's like, dude,
Getting kicked in the balls over here.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you need to control everything? Has anyone ever told you you're a controller? Has anyone told you they're demanding? I know that people have told this to any of us, right? All of us have probably had it, but you will know deep down if you actually are needing to be in control of everything. One of the best things that we've been able to do is figure out how to outsource things in our businesses. Because don't get me wrong, sometimes you want to control everything, when really there's people that are out there that are better than you are at what it is that they're great at. And you need to respect them for that. You have to respect them for what they're great at. And honestly, if you guys are in businesses right now, go show people love. Go show the people that are taking care of your business some love right now, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you are. Stop being so egotistical. Stop being in so much control and step back to take a step forward in your business and your life. And also, if you're doing this in your relationship, you need to step your ass back right now, because I don't want any guy out there treating a girl wrong. I don't want any girl out there treating their guy wrong, because we all deserve no person to control us that way.
And a way too that you can kind of release control is getting in touch with the higher power and your higher self. You know, Wayne Dyer talked a lot about free will in a lot of his talks. Go look him up if you haven't heard of him before. He's like one of the most spiritually influential thought leaders of all time, and he talked about free will. And our free will is whether we can connect to, whether we choose to connect to source and a higher power, God, if you want to call it, or not, right? So one thing that helped me in business when I was super lost and I was down in an emotional state, super depressed, because I was trying to take control over my life and I just like had no idea what to do. I kind of like steered everything into the ground. Sometimes maybe you feel that right now, like you're trying to control everything and you're at the wheel, but you're steering it in the wrong way and you're almost ready, like gonna run into a freaking wall, or you're gonna drive off a cliff and you don't know what to do. Sometimes it's like that song, Jesus Take the Wheel, right? You need to kind of surrender your free will to your higher power, to your higher self, and say, God's got me. I'm in good hands. I trust that this is gonna be okay. Quick story for you. Okay, so I was in Vegas for one of the network marketing events I went to back when I was 19 years old. I'm 24 now, and the night before, I was gonna fly home. So I was there for 3 days. The night before, got super hammered, really drunk. My flight was at 7 in the morning, okay? 7 in the morning, right? So we partied until like 4 in the morning. And I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna sleep. I gotta wake up at like 5:30 to catch the shuttle, and I'm gonna get you to the airport. I was like, I'm not even gonna sleep. So I ended up like talking with one of my friends later at the night, and I'm just hanging out there, and I accidentally passed out. Like my knees were on the ground, and I passed out on the bed, just kind of hanging out there, and I forgot to set my alarm, and I woke up. I was like, oh God, oh shit, I fell asleep. So I looked at my phone, and the time was 6 o'clock. The shuttle was supposed to pick me up at 5:30. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna miss my flight. And I was like freaking out. I was like, okay, I need to get in control here. So here's what I did. I ran over, I packed all my stuff in my suitcase because I didn't even pack yet. I threw it all in, zipped it all up, and it like a complete mess, just shoved all the shit in there, and I sprinted out the door. I sprinted down the hallway. I didn't even know where I was going. I sprinted to the concierge and I asked the lady, I was like, okay, hey, where's the shuttle picking everyone up? She's like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, the shuttle's gone. I was like, oh crap, I missed my flight. I was like, well, do you know where it normally picks people up? I'm gonna check it, see if there's one left. She's like, that way. She didn't want to help me, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I sprinted down, I'm running through the casino, and of course, you know, in Vegas, you got the people that like, they don't sleep, they stay there for a week and they gamble all the time, so like, there's zombies on the machine, just pushing the buttons, right? I'm sprinting through all these people. They're looking at me like I'm the crazy one, right? Maybe I was at that time frame. But I start sprinting, I had no idea where to go, and all of a sudden I get a little hint. maybe a higher power, God speaking to me, guardian angel, whatever it was, to go through this random door. So I just run through this random door, down this staircase, out this emergency exit door. As soon as I open the door, I'm in the freaking center lobby of one of the hotels. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but there was one man standing there, and he looked like he was out of the 1900s. He had a top hat on, an old school jacket, a cane, some old looking guy. And he's just standing there with his hands behind his back like this. Just kind of with a weird grin on his face. And I go up to him and I'm like, hey, are you waiting for the bus? He just goes, doesn't say a word. And I'm like, I was like, so is that a yes or is that a no? He's like, you're okay, don't worry. That's all he says to me. I was like, wait, what? I was like, so hey, is the bus coming? I was like, and I pull up my ticket. I'm like, here's the ticket. I mean, I was supposed to catch it at 5:30, and I was a nervous wreck at that point, like super sweaty, still drunk.
Trying to be in control.
Trying to be in control. Here's what happened. He says, don't worry, you're in good hands. That's what he told me. And I was like, it's in your hands now. And I literally felt something in my body just release that control. As soon as I did that, a bus rounded the corner and it drives right up. I'm like, what the fuck? I literally, the door opens, the bus driver, I'm like, hey, are you heading to the airport? And guess what the bus driver says? I'm going wherever you need, wherever you're going. I'm taking you wherever you're going. That's what he said. I was like, all right, sounds good. I get on the bus. Nobody else is on the bus. He's like, okay, where you gotta go? I was like, to the airport. We gotta step on it, man. I'm gonna miss my flight. He's like, all right, sweet. I'm gonna get you there quick. Freaking floors it there through the freeway, is passing all these other cars, gets right to my stop. I get off, run through security. I was the last person on the plane, and they were doing a final call for my name. And as soon as I get to the place where the lady was taking the ticket, she's like, oh, you're lucky, honey. I was going to do one more call, and we're going to close the doors. It's like, oh, thank you, thank you. So I sprint in, go into the plane, sit down on my seat, and I immediately just passed out. And I was just like, that took so much energy out of me. But that little story right there, the purpose of that was because I simply surrendered my control. And because I surrendered it, my free will in that moment, and I wasn't worried about it, everything fell into line. I made my flight. I got back home safely. Now I got plenty of other stories for you, but for the sake of the time of this video, I'll save them for the next video. So subscribe to our channel. Make sure you keep watching, that we can start hearing more of these stories, and we'll literally blow your mind with these crazy coincidences.
The one that came back from Italy too. The Walt one's awesome. Now the last, let's see, we had three more. Let's see here. So 10. Saying yes to things that don't support your goals.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good one too. That one is like, that's like knowing. That's like going to a party at one of your friend's house when you know that your ex is going to be there, or you know that one friend that you beat up 2 years beforehand is going to be there. It's going to be ready to beat you up. That's like you going and being a part of a business when you already know that the owners are sketchy, that the people, the culture is sketchy. That's like going and working for a job knowing that the background of that business is not so good. You literally, trust me when I say this, don't say yes.
It's like
to things that don't support your goals.
Jim Carrey's movie, The Yes Man. It's great to say yes to some things that are going to help you, but sometimes you got to know when to say no. See, if you're saying yes to everything, then you're going to get pulled in so many different directions to where your energy is going to be spread so thin, then you're not going to get anything you want out of this life. So you have to have that laser focus, going back to the focus on what you want and saying no to these little distractions. So if your friends are like, hey, what's up? Do you want to come to a house party, or you want to go out to the bars this weekend? You're like, sorry, man, no, I mean, I can't this time. I'm focused on my business tonight. Sorry, I can't do this. Sorry, I can't do that, because you're so dedicated to the process. You're so dedicated to your business, and it's going to pay off long term, right? We remember what happened for us, and the biggest breakthrough that we had was learning to say no to those little things, because those little things, sacrificing those, are what allowed us to be able to move to Miami and live in a nice little condo right here and be able to travel the world and inspire other people to do the same thing too.
Boom, boom, write that down. You better have a pen and paper when you're listening to these videos, because there's so much knowledge being spit. Number 11, toxic people. Toxic people. If you have those in your life, you need to X them out right now, because there's a lot of people in your life right now, and sometimes they can be related to you. There's a reason why we try to talk about this a lot, and I'm glad it was actually in this article and hit home to us, because there were toxic people in our lives, you guys. There might be a toxic person in your life right now that imagine the person, just think about it right now, whether it's a girl, boy, whoever it is. Who is that toxic person that you know is not adding value? Because if they're taken from you,
yeah. So
careful.
You watch your coffee. Watch who's putting something in your coffee. See, I'll ask you this: if you have a cup of coffee, People can be putting sugar in your coffee. You're not going to mind that too much. Might make it taste a little bit sweeter. But it's like people that have enemies that want to put strychnine in your coffee. If you put strychnine in your coffee, what'll happen? You're going to be dead, right? Well, guess what? Some people that are closest to you might be putting that strychnine in your coffee and you don't even realize it. So you got to be very careful with who you surround yourself with, because Napoleon Hill says you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And sometimes that one person could be the bad apple in the bunch that is dragging everyone down. So you have to be willing to cut off and sacrifice some things and some people that aren't getting you to that next level. And it's going to be one of the most difficult things you've ever done. But hey, you know what? We never said this was going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it, because you want to surround yourself with people that are lifting you up, that are sweet, are sugary, are spice, are everything nice, everything that you want out of life.
Absolutely. Number 12, need to be liked. This one, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of people, I mean, I've been that when I was a young kid, kind of going into high school. You know, it's like, hey, over here. Like, if someone's not, I mean, down here in Miami, it's funny. It's like,
Mom, look at me.
Yeah,
that's what you think.
some people
like
are
some big burly dude on like a bike, like gunning his bike and like popping a wheelie down the thing. We literally see that as a little kid that's like, Mom, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at my wheelie.
Check it out. You should see it. We're on South Beach every time you eat on South Beach, and there's people like, roo, 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 roo. Like just they're
South Park.
It's
Sure,
just like,
South Park.
yeah, you're seeing
right
South Park. It's so funny. I don't know. Anyways, I think just one thing you have to understand is be love and you will find love. Like just don't know what you don't know until you know what you know. And
know what you need to
seriously, needing to be liked is it's something that's going to be hard to kind of get over, but you can get over it.
Self-approval is the best approval. Remember that, okay? You don't need to be approved by anyone else other than yourself, right? You're good enough. You're the big deal. Hashtag big deal, all right?
Yes.
You're the shit.
You
I want you to say
alone.
And how do you get over that need to be liked? It's just literally looking yourself in the mirror every single day and saying you are enough.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be. You're something great. You're
I'm
powerful.
unstoppable.
You're unstoppable. It's like those affirmations, right?
That's what we need to
You
think.
do silent affirmations, the silent seminar that plays in your head, and those out loud affirmations that you say to yourself. If you need to be driving to work, screaming to yourself how amazing you are while everyone else is looking at you. This is a quick test. This is what we used to do. But I'd be like driving and everything. I'd be like yelling at myself in the car of how amazing I was, and everyone that was driving next to me on the freeway was looking at me like I was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And now here's the thing. Doing that over and over again, I was always like, oh, what are they thinking of me? Like singing in your car. Are you comfortable enough to sing in your car without other people looking at you?
Absolutely.
Even like making videos like this, you know, what are the neighbors gonna think? What are the people around us gonna think? What's my family gonna think? And so many people out there are feeding into the approvals of other that they're drowning in those approvals, and they can't breathe a breath of fresh air of their own thought process and their own approval.
Yes, it's powerful stuff here. Write that down. Last one until this video is going to be finished. 13, dependence on social media.
Dude, all of us, everyone, even us sometimes.
Ooh.
You know, as a business owner where you run a business from your phone and your computer, we're always looking at our phone all the time. To we're like, God, we got to put our phones down and become human again. You know, you think about it, back thousands of years ago, they didn't have phones, they didn't have computers, so guess what they did? They looked up at the stars. That's all they had to look at. That's why they knew more about the earth, the ocean, the stars, mapping all that out, than they did about what was going on across the land, right? Because they had messengers that would come and deliver a message on a horse, right? Nowadays, we don't have a problem with access to information, we have a problem with information overwhelm. And when you're so dependent on your phone, TV, the news station, you know, media, movies to tell you how to think, to tell you how to tell you how to act, then you neglect your own thought process. And it's like, dude, the biggest problem, you're probably facing this right now, and what's holding you back from getting stuff done is you're scrolling on Facebook. You're looking at other people's lives and you're like, what are they doing? Even you watching this video right now, you're feeding into what we're doing. You're like, I wonder what Nick and Kyle are up to. Come check out the Rank Them Now YouTube channel, and you're watching this. See, we appreciate you for watching
Absolutely
our videos because we want to empower you to think for yourself. But at the same time, you got to focus on you, dude. You got to focus on building your business up. You got to focus on your own content, and you got to stop feeding into what all these media companies are portraying you to be, or how you should think, or what you should act, or what you should wear, or what you should do, what you should say. Censor what you say. Oh, you don't want to speak up. You don't want to get in trouble. Oh, you're going to be a bad kid if you speak up. If you say something important, you know, if you say something real, that's not right. That's not right. Be quiet. Be quiet. Sit down. Don't talk in class. Don't look out the window. Don't daydream. Get back to work. Get stuff done. Here's how you should think. Here's what you need to do. See, we're telling you, screw what they tell you. We're telling you, think for yourself. You know, feel what feels right to you. Just trust your gut,
Absolutely.
right? Trust in your higher power, and you're gonna be able to get what you want.
Is get off the television. You guys, it's called television, right? You're watching it all the time, but it's television. Now, flip it and tell a vision. Tell a vision. Tell your vision. Stop watching everybody else's vision. Stop watching television. Stop watching everybody else's highlight reel. Start becoming your own highlight reel. Even if you're making baby steps to where you want to go in life, maybe you're just making baby steps to be a better father, a better mother, a better daughter, a better a better son, a better husband, a better wife. Maybe you're trying to be a better coworker, a better leader, a better CEO. You guys that are watching this video, you're maybe trying to become a better leader. And I'm gonna teach you one thing, that you can't lead anybody else somewhere that you haven't gone before. You have to understand that leadership is demonstrating to other people what is possible, but also demonstrating to them, don't go down this way. Don't go down this way. Social media, all this stuff and dependence on social media, let's just focus, because we're so connected, but we're so disconnected. Boom! Like, we're so disconnected. And that's why you'll see what we've done you'll see in the future too as well. What we do is we try to get people online to get them offline. Eventually there will be rank up now events too, where people can come offline and be not this dependent on social media.
Oh, 100%,
Done.
man. You know,
We
that's
believe
it.
in you.
That's it.
That's
all
it.
you gotta realize.
That's it.
So share this video with someone that you care about, that you want to help improve, that needs to cut those things out of their life, because when they cut those things out of their life, we can promise you, you're gonna be able to rank up now every area of your
Absolutely. You know, since we went over the 13 things that you should give up, what is one thing that out of those 13 that you want to give up? Is it unhealthy lifestyle? Type it in the comments. Just like, let us know what you might need help with, or some things that you're working towards. Because trust me, you're gonna mess up on some of this stuff. Like, we've messed up on some of this stuff. It's not about that. Just because you've done awful things in your life doesn't make you an awful person. You guys, you can become whoever you want to become. Just go out there and do it. And like we tell everybody, be the one. It's you alone is enough. Be the one.
Get it done. So we'll see you on the next video. We'll also see you on the beaches of the world.